I'm Lee Nagel from the Statewide Vision Resource Centre in Victoria, Australia, and this is a brief introduction to the Perkins Brailler. We'll begin by looking at the features of the Perkins. Here are the 6 Braille keys, with the spacebar in the middle. There's the backspace key, which shifts the cursor, and there is the new line key, which advances the paper up. There are rollers on the side, and here is the paper lever, one on each side. You can use one or the other or both. There's a cursor lever which I can use to push the cursor across the page and back again. And here is the cursor. Underneath it is a cursor plate. I've got a left margin button which I can grasp by pinching it and push it to change where the margin is, and there's a right margin button. Again, I can pinch it, grasp it and push it. And over here is a paper sensor. Let's put some paper into the Perkins. It goes between the cursor and the bottom plate, and it needs to go under the paper sensor. I first lift the paper levers, and I can use either of them. Arrange the paper so that it goes above the base plate but under the cursor, and keep it to the left so it stays under the paper sensor. When it gets right in, it'll stop at the back plate. When I'm happy with its position, hold it with one hand and just push the paper lever down. And then I can take the rollers and roll the paper into the Perkins. Top of the roller towards myself. I can use either hand or both hands at the same time. The paper will stop when the edge of the paper gets away from underneath the paper sensor, and I can't roll it anymore. Make a habit of pressing the new line button as soon as you insert the paper so that the paper can lock in and measure the line spaces. What it does is it makes the line spaces measurable so that you can roll back and be in the same position as you were before. The Braille keys relate to the Braille cell. The Braille cell is made up of 6 dots arranged in this way with 2 columns of 3 dots. For convenience, we call the dots 1, 2 and 3, 4, 5 and 6. We could also call them the top 2 dots, the middle 2 and the bottom 2, or the left side and the right side of the cell. We put our fingers on the keys in this way. On the left hand, the pointer is on dot 1, the middle finger is on dot 2, and the ring finger on dot 3. On the right hand, the pointer is on dot 4, middle on dot 5, and ring finger on dot 6. We can lift our fingers off the Braille keys and hold them in the air in the shape of the Braille cell, with the pointers together at the top and the ring fingers together at the bottom. This can help us quickly learn the relationship between the key that we're pressing and the dot that we're writing. When we're writing the Braille, the keys on our left hand produce the dots on the left hand side of the cell, and the keys on our right hand make the dots on the right hand side of the cell. Top of the cell with the pointers, middle of the cell with the middles, and bottom of the cell with the ring fingers. To write Braille, press a combination of keys at the same time. For example, all dots on the left hand, which is dots 1, 2 and 3, make an L. the L is produced at the cursor, and then the cursor moves automatically to the next cell. I'll press a space now, and the cursor's moved to the next cell, leaving a space. We space between words as we do in print. Because I wrote L and then space, it says like. I can press all 6 keys at once, which makes a full cell. The Braille symbol means FOR, and it can mean the word for, or it can be used in the middle of a word such as forgot. So I've written FOR and I'm going to write GOT, and a full stop and a space. I'm just going to write a sentence to show you how we do it. And what I've done, I heard the bell, which meant that I knew that I only had a few cells left on the end of my line, finished the line, and now I'm going to press the new line button and push the cursor all the way to the left and continue my sentence.